let's move on to this weekend's game. Um, I think I want to talk about the most interesting aspect, which is that it is on a Friday. I think that will segue into our larger conversation nicely. But I also want to talk about the fact that it's inside, and I'm very eager to check out a new football stadium off the list type thing. Although I don't know, I kind of don't love the general vibes of we're gonna play this game because NBC wants it at night and is wants to get it more eyeballs on it. So we're gonna play this game inside. Like I would be fine if this was an on-campus game, and I don't anticipate Penn State ever becoming like a Friday school in terms of home games. And it seems like there's been a couple of reports of Penn State's already said no, we don't even want any night games that late in the season. But I, I don't know. We'll see how things are different next year because this is going to be the last year of this like traditional rivalry, which isn't really a rivalry. So that's my spicy hot Michigan State take.
So you're going?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is how they. I mean, this is a Michigan State home game, right? They talked them out of. So I don't know why if you're Michigan State, why you wouldn't want it at your place either. So I don't know whether they were worried about the weather or I don't know what the deal is and haven't seen anything reported about why Michigan State would give this up, right? Well, why not play it at home at night unless they were worried about the weather, right? Which could be, I haven't looked at the weather for Friday night out there, in East Lansing. So what they're saving people from having to do that. And they're saying, okay, we're going to put it indoors. At least you're going to have a great opportunity to see the team. I don't know. I don't know that I'd give up the home game. I mean, I get what Big Ten tradition is with no night games late in the season, but I'm sorry, the money has made that ship sail. Somebody's gonna be playing these games somewhere.
Right. Well, I mean, look at Wisconsin and Nebraska last weekend. Like that's perfect case of that. I think I have to wonder if some of this was all of this happened naturally before the Mel Tucker news broke, and I think maybe their thought was, well, there's a good chance that Penn State's at least 10-1 going into that game, and probably hopefully Michigan State is much better than 4-7 going into this game. So I think that has something to do with it. I don't want this to become a recurring theme or thing for Penn State as okay, you're gonna have to go on the road, because I think it's just obviously like Black Friday is a little bit different, but in the regular season, it would be annoying if Penn State became the traditional Friday away opponent for Illinois, Indiana.
But it has been, right? I mean, if you looked at it, I mean, we'd have to look at the numbers and we have those somewhere. But then Penn State might be the preferred Friday opponent of the Big Ten Conference right now because it did the job for Illinois. It did the job for Maryland. It's doing it for Michigan State this week. That's at least 3. I don't know if I'm forgetting one. And I guess the other larger thing that this could move is next season they start at home in Big Ten Conference play. Woohoo! Maybe they'll finish on the road at some places in Big Ten Conference play, right? If Penn State doesn't want to host a late season night game, maybe they're going to be playing other places at night as the season winds down, because you probably can't have both the beginning and the end at home.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, and now that we talked that through, I can think of a couple Ohio State although I can't necessarily think of a Friday night Ohio State game, and I certainly can't think of a Michigan Friday night game or a Thursday.
Oh no, of the big 3, Penn State has
played the most. Yeah,
I think so. I think there's at least those 3.
Yeah, I feel like we might be missing one more.
I think we might be 2. At Illinois, which I missed that was the plane thing. At Maryland. Did they go Northwestern Friday night? No.
If there feels like there might have been another one in there. I'm sure somebody will call us out on.
But that's still 3 in the past 7 years.
Yeah, that's essentially one every other season. So yeah, no, I don't know. I'm not a fan of it, but it is what it is. Like I said, I am interested to check out a new stadium. And I do think that there will be probably more Penn Staters there this weekend than there would have been if the game was on Saturday in East Lansing.
Oh, for sure. So what are your grade points in the stadium? Why you're going to have wider concourses? It's going to be newer. So what are the things that sway this and make it a good place for you?
It isn't that new. think about it. Steelers played there in Super Bowl 40, and that was
That's true.
15 years ago now.
Okay. So newer than Spartan Stadium.
Yeah, yeah.
Not a high bar. But what are the things you're looking for, anticipating, and without having done research, just kind of hoping that a stadium has, and it would make the experience good for you?
I want a clear jumbotron. I think that is the first thing I'm always looking for, regardless of when I walk into a stadium.
So they got a whole field of stuff they're going to play on. You want to make sure the TV that you can see is clear,
so that I can look at replays. I need to know where I'm looking for replays, Steve.
Okay, just checking.
I am interested to see the sound in there, just because I remember Indy being very loud. Like that was very loud, and that's the only time I've ever been to an indoor football stadium. Well, that doesn't have a roof that opens up. Correct. Yes. So there's that. I'm also just interested in, like, what is the stadium like? Because I think it's probably the last stadium of like the first stadium of the new era of stadiums. So what is the stadium like? I am interested to see like how they tie in, like, as always, just like that. I always think that's important. Like, how do they tie in the local community? What's the area around the stadium like? And I know it's right next to their ballpark. But what is then inside the stadium? What's the food like? Is it, I mean, I would assume that I can get some type of Little Caesars or Detroit style pizza somewhere in there. So I'm interested in that. So I'm also just like generally curious if, obviously, the Lions play there Thursday. Like, are they going to flip the field over and put Michigan State branding, or is it going to say Lions in the end zone? Which would be very funny now that I think about it, because they are playing the Lions. They are playing the Lions.
I would think they'll flip it over, but I would think the other branding would be interesting. Like, Michigan State's playing one game the year. It's not like Pitt at Acrisure Stadium, right, where they have all the kind of stuff and they flip the stadium. It kind of looks like theirs. Because if you're Michigan State, why are you going to invest a lot in that? Or even if you're Ford Field, why are you going to invest a lot in making this look like their place? So yeah, I think that'll be interesting for viewers who are watching on NBC to see as well, or Peacock.
So, are you looking forward to the one final NBC broadcast of the year?
Yeah, I am. I actually name dropping. I talked to Todd Blackley's last week for a piece in the column in the Mirror, and I may appropriate some of it for Stuff Summer Says blog piece. Told him I thought they had the best broadcast going, and we talked about why a little bit. So yeah, anything to get the taste of last week's broadcast out of my mouth. But yeah, it'll look good, right? There won't be the weather stuff, but it should be good sight lines, all that stuff that an NFL stadium has. And I think they do good work. I mean, that's the best part about what's left of the Penn State season from a media consumer standpoint who watches games. Got NBC this week and probably ESPN for the bowl game, right? And all, so you're going to get two good podcasts.
Yeah, you're not going to have to deal with Fox or Gus Johnson screaming random nicknames all over the place. We poor Gus Johnson. He's not sending us a Christmas card this year.
I don't think he cares.
No, I don't think he cares either.
If he did, maybe we'd get nicknames.
Maybe. I don't know if I want one of his nicknames. I'm terrified of what one of his nicknames would be. We should make like a Gus Johnson nickname generator. That's what we should do. I might do that. That's a bad idea. Okay. Anything else? We feel good. We feel good about.
Yeah, Michigan State's gonna score what, 9 points if they're lucky.
You heard it here first. Steve's predicting 9. Is that a touchdown and a safety, or is that 3 field goals?
Could be 3 field goals. Could be a touchdown. Maybe the defense finally gets a safety. Do they have one this year?
I don't know if Michigan State has one.
No, does Penn State? Penn State
is. I can't. When's the last time Penn State? Wait, so Penn State gets the 2 points?
Yeah, right. Like, yeah. So Michigan, they get the 2 points by doing something. They tackle the Michigan's third person in the end zone. That's how it works, right?
I think there was one. The ball went out the end zone. Yeah, the ball went out the end zone against Indiana.
Yeah. So I mean, but still, 9 points, and Penn State's going to get 24, 27 at minimum.
So the quarterback's going to be fine, 100%.
I don't think it matters who the quarterback is.
Okay. Steve is feisty today.
Does it? I mean, it doesn't, does it?
Mood. It does a little bit, because Bo hasn't thrown the ball. Like, and if you're from the York area, like our friends Bill and Linda, if you're from the York area and you have seen Bo for Bull throwing a ball. Please, by all means, feel free to prove us wrong. But
you can get little recruiting tapes submitted out of the website.
Yeah. So okay, all right.